Halos nasa kalagitnaan na tayo ng PBA Eliminations round at nagsisimula ng mag-shape up kung sino-sino ang mga teams na mukhang makakapasok sa next round. Every conference, lahat tayo, we expect the same 4 to 5 teams na makapasok, pero yung question kung sino yung 2 or 3 independent teams, dun lagi nagkakaroon ng variety. Palaging naglalaban sa pwesto na yan ay ang Converge, Phoenix, and Rain or Shine. Depende na lang kung sino ang maganda ang conference. And 2 of those teams pag-uusapan natin today. 2 team na parehas mataas ang potential pero isang team mukhang natuto na sa kanila mga past mistakes and have improved significantly. And yung isang team naman parang nahaharap muli sa mga parehas nilang problema nung nakaraan. And yan ang ating mga pag-uusapan today and more sa Bakits Explained. Marami ako nakikitang usap-usapan tungkol sa Converge Fiber Xers ngayong conference. At majority, if not all, the complaints I've been reading, parehas sa mga issues from previous conferences under this new leadership ang mga nababasa ko. On paper kasi, malalim at talented ang Converge. Siguro mga solid 7 to 8 players nila, not including the import, lahat malakas at above average PBA players. Pero it seems like most of these players hindi na u-utilize or hindi na susulit. Through 5 games, kung titignan natin yung minutes per game, outside of their import, 2 locals lang ang more than 30 minutes per game. Tapos players like JGDL and Alex Stockton had 25 and 15 minutes per game respectively. So kinu-question ng mga tao ang coaching na gamitin ng kanilang mga best players. Kaya sa sumunod na game against NLEX Road Warriors, ito naman ang box score. Halos 7 players lang ang naglaro. There's 7 best players, pero kinulang pa rin. So ang tanong, ano ba talagang problema ng Converge? Pangilang conferences silang ganito? Leadership ba? Players ba? Roster construction or coaching? Pwede lang tayo mag-assume pero nakaka-disappoint to see an independent team na may budget pero hindi ma-figure out kung paano pagaganahin ang lahat. Sana maayos nila kasi mataas ang kanilang potential. Ang susunod na topic, pag-usapan naman natin ang isa sa onti lang na promising young big talents ng PBA. Kamusta naman na kaya ang 6'10" big na first overall pick sa nakaraang draft na si Jeyo Chu? Last conference nahirapan si Jeyo Chu sa physicality ng PBA. Naging evident yon sa finishing niya around the rim. Kasi despite being the tallest, matatangkad rin naman kasi yung imports ng Commissioner's Cup. Pero last conference na yon, Jeyo Chu only shot 47% from the field. Mababa yun for a big. Pero anyway, ngayong Governor's Cup naman, mukhang nasasanay na si Jeyo Chu. And his confidence is also growing. Kasi for a big guy, hindi naman kasi perfect yung touch niya around the rim. Pero yung motor niya and yung timing niya, makes up for it naman. Sa unang 5 laro ni Jeyo Chu sa Terra Firma, ngayong conference naglaro siya ng around 27 minutes per game kung saan nag-average siya ng 10 points, 12.4 rebounds, and most importantly, a much improved 63% from the field. These numbers look nice and ngayong Governor's Cup rin kasi mas angat talaga yung advantage ni Jeyo Chu in terms of his height. And for a rookie, it's nice to see na nagte-take advantage siya doon. Grabe ang naging simula ng Phoenix Fuel Masters ngayong conference. Started 4-1, acquired Gian Mamuyak via trade, and now they're looking better equipped this time para mag-ingay sa PBA. Ever since naman kasi they've always had good young players sa roster, pero ngayon with Coach Charles Chu parang na-unlock yung potential ng team. Numbers wise hindi sila yung team na palagi nasa taas ng leaderboard, pero ang ginagawang maganda ng Phoenix ngayon, nag-execute sila and they finally know how to finish games. Common struggle ng young teams ay mag-close out ng games. Pero it's nice that Phoenix is slowly learning to do so, while at the same time having room for their players to grow. Encouraging Richie Rivero to have more playmaking opportunities, setting up Kenneth Taffin more, and even integrating a Rivero Mamuyak backcourt sa last game nila against Blackwater. Kumbaga parang accidentally, nagtitake na rin ng Phoenix ng rain or shine approach. And baka sila na nga ang susunod na magiging malakas na independent team sa PBA. Kasi they have the pieces, they have the coaching staff, and the budget para gawin yun. Sa video na to, let's cover 3 sets of plays na gusto kong i-feature. Pero bago yung mga yon in terms of their baseline na pinaka-default offensive attack, they're running some sort of a roll and replace motion offense. Ito mismo maraming branches and theoretically pwede ito lang takbuhin nila for 48 minutes if they choose to do so. This is like their default base offense na mas situational, mas read and react, and mas naturally nagfa-flow. Kumbaga sa pick-up games every weekend kapag naglalaro tayo, kapag naka 2-3 zone yung kalaban, lagi tayong merong default spacing na hindi na kailangan pag-usapan. Yung 1-3-1 na spacing, naka-install na talaga yan sa habits natin. Like where to go, where to to stand, what to do. And for professional basketball teams, may mga iba't ibang ganun sila. For Ginebra, it's the triangle. For TNT, their dribble drive na may halong roll and replace na rin as of late. And Rain or Shine is also running some sort of the same thing. And for Phoenix naman, since ito yung base offense nila, yung mga set plays naman nila, which is completely different from their freelance. Kumbaga yung set plays, yun talaga yung dinodrawing. Yun talaga yung siniset. Yung mga yon designed to look like their base and then may biglang may iba pang gulat sa kalaban. First set of plays sa pag-uusapan natin ay yung Horns elbow sets nila. Dito makikita natin initial formation is Horns. May dalawang choice dito si Tyler Tio, entry pass kay Perkins or kay Balongay. Dito kay Balongay siya pumunta, hand back and then flip ng screen. Nag-flow into a basically 5 out na angle pick and roll. The detail here is BJ Johnson being parked dito sa corner. Since same side sila ng roll ni Balongay, merong desisyon dito si De La Rosa. Magtatag ba siya sa roll? And if yes, di ba, gaano kalalim? And if no, makakabalik ba on time si Buffin para i-cover yung roll? Ang ginawa ni De La Rosa, nag-stunt siya and then long closeout kay Johnson sa lift. Inatake ni Johnson yung long closeout ni De La Rosa, drives to the basket, drew in Buffin. May extra pass pa nga dito kay Balongay pero wala kasi magandang angle. Pero Johnson drew the foul regardless. Pangalawang clip, same play pero sa kabila pumasok yung entry pass kay Perkins. Handback ulit pagbalik kay Tio pero instead na angle pick and roll, nagkaroon ng flare screen from Balongay para kay Perkins. And then walang available shot para kay Perkins, if meron tira na yan pero since wala, nag-flow siya into a double away screen. Makikita natin tumuro dito si Perk. This is for BJ Johnson na nakapark ulit sa corner. Tignan nyo rito si De La Rosa ulit. Umangle na siya, nag-ready na siya. Niready niya yung sarili niya to go over the screen. Pero napansin na rin naman ni Johnson yun. So nag-stunt si Johnson papunta sa screen, sabay reject. Cut siya pa baseline. Nakita ni Perkins yon, so siya yung umangat from Balongay spin down. Big to big action. And since isang galang, busy tanggalin yung pasa kay Johnson dito sa gitna na galing sa baseline, napilitan mag-switch si Buffin. Another long closeout na inatake ng Phoenix. Sometimes talaga hindi necessary na always mag-generate ng open look. Minsan talaga all you need is a long closeout to attack and drive to the basket. Dito naman again, similar spacing and formation pero instead na yung 4 and 5 ay nasa may free throw line extended or nasa may taas sa may slot, dito papasok sila sa may ilalim. Kasi instead of horns, dito magiging floppy siya for their shooters na like we've established kanina, nakapark sa corner. Si Johnson mag-establish ng position dito sa may ilalim, sabay pop off a tight pin down mula kay Perkins. Rescreen, 2 on the ball, pocket pass papunta kay Perkins para sa open layup. Dito same play, si Johnson magpa-pop out to receive the pass again, meaning yung corner na spot niya na pinanggalingan niya is now empty and open. Si Rivero naman mula sa kabilang corner, tatakbo siya from corner to corner. Screen mula kay Balongay, magko-curl si Richie off the screen, drew 2 defenders, pocket pass to a cutting Balongay, libre sa kanyang baseline cut. Same play ulit pero si Johnson naman yung receiver ng pangalawang screen. Good recovery mula sa Magnolia pero na-identify ng Phoenix na after ng screen na yon, nagkaroon ng magandang position and angle si Perkins sa ilalim. Nilabas nila yung bola sa gitna for a better passing angle. Lob pass papunta kay Perk na fino-front. So 2 points yun kasi libre yung baseline. At itong dalawang susunod na play, ram stack. Ram action, ang basically ang nangyayari doon, nagsisimula siya with a screen-to-screener action to start to generate an early switch. I mean, hindi naman lagi nagkakaroon ng switch pero it's good for last second plays kasi it creates an urgency kasi sa defenders, leading to longer and more aggressive hedges na sometimes na out of position kasi nga naghahabol ka from the screen. Pwedeng atakihin yun ng ball handlers. Dito makikita natin nag-switch ang Ginebra and then another one sa backpick. Nagkaroon ng miscommunication, nangyari na punta smaller RJ Abarientos kay BJ Johnson. And in true Golden State Warriors fashion, of course, ang kasunod ng ram ay exit. Instead of Johnson going back up papunta sa Spain or sa stack, meron nagkaroon instead ng exit screen mula kay Tuffin papunta sa corner. Hindi maganda yung timing unfortunately and hindi naging open pero hindi nagpanic ang Phoenix. Diretso sila into a ball screen. Napunta ulit ang smaller defender papunta kay BJ Johnson dito. So yan yung mga plays na gusto kong i-feature for today. Personally, naniniwala ako na merong potential si Coach Charles to be one of the best current coaches sa PBA. Slowly, nakikita na rin natin na meron siyang support from the management to go after players na merong talent para palakasin yung roster nila pa. So I hope magpatuloy ito, diba? This continues and maybe, diba, more time, experience, sky is the limit talaga.